Welcome to day 61 of our BitClout journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian Krasenstein. And today we're going to talk about two things in particular. Number one, mining BitClout. And number two, holding your own coin. So yesterday, Diamond Hands made a post introducing mining on BitClout. And previously, you could technically mine BitClout using your CPU, which is your central processing unit. And this is pretty inefficient for most people. It's just using computing power that's not really necessary. But now, thanks to Clout Reactor on BitClout, which was created by a man named Corbin, Korbin, you can join the Clout Reactor mining pool using your GPU, which is your graphics card, your graphics processing unit. And this is more efficient. And this is how people are usually mining Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, because it's more efficient and you don't need to have a whole CPU in order to do it. You can just use multiple GPUs. So I think this is really interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how profitable mining is. That's going to be determined by how many people actually start mining and ultimately what the price of BitClout ends up at. But it's good to know that mining is now open and you can do it using your GPU through Clout Reactor.
Yeah, or CPU. I mean, some people prefer to use CPU, and I think we're going to see it kind of. I think we're going to see the two different methods kind of diverge. But there's the good thing is that you can use either one, I think, and you can make money either way. But like you said, I think that we don't know exactly how hard the hash rate is going to be initially, because we don't know how many miners are on board. But I think that's all going to work its way out, and we're going to kind of get a better understanding of how easy it is to make money mining, or how it might not be that efficient. I guess it really depends, and you're going to have miners come and go and make it either more or less efficient as time goes on.
Yeah, well, it's really going to be supply and demand. If miners are making money, more miners are typically going to come into play. If they're getting close to breaking even, more miners will leave, and would open the door for the ones who are here. Right now, I believe one block is being mined every 5 minutes, and one block is equal to approximately one BitClout, which is about $170 US. So every 5 minutes, somebody's going to be getting $170. Whether it's, so it depends how much it costs miners to enter the space and how many miners are fighting for that one block every 5 minutes. That's what's going to determine the supply and demand of how many miners ultimately end up joining in.
Yeah, and it was interesting. I was talking to some miners, and they actually have the block rewards one BitClout approximately. But if there's a transaction that goes through where somebody buys BitClout on BitClout.com, there's actually an additional reward, I heard. So that could go up all the way, I think, up to I don't know, it was like a crazy amount if it was a huge purchase that went through, because that fee is actually higher than most of the other fees, like all the other fees in transacting on BitClout. So miners can get lucky and hit one of those mega blocks and basically get like a windfall of all this BitClout if they're lucky enough. So there are other incentives other than just that one block. Just something interesting to know.
Yeah, and I think the miners, or even the best miners out there, are still trying to figure out exactly how BitClout works and how the BitClout mining process is going to work, and whether or not it's worth it or not. But I think we can.
I think eventually everything will be the supply and demand will converge, and everything will be slightly worth it. Just like Bitcoin mining, as the price moves down or up, you're going to have miners dropping out or coming on board, and there's going to be that equilibrium where it is profitable, but only to the most efficient miners. So I think that eventually that's what will happen. So it will always be profitable, I think, as long as the miners drop out when it isn't profitable, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So the other topic we wanted to discuss was whether or not individuals should be holding their own coin on BitClout and how much of their own coin they should be holding. What's your point of view on this, Brian?
Initially, I thought owning your own coin was probably one of the best things to do, buying up as much of your own coin as you possibly could. I mean, you believe in yourself, you should buy your own coin. And I still think that buying your own coin isn't horrible, it's not a bad idea. But now that you're getting founder reward, the founder reward isn't accumulating as your own coin. Things have kind of changed. And I think that owning a ton of your own coin might not be the best, because while it might show potential coin buyers that you're confident in yourself, it also makes them think, what if he or she does a rug pull and just sells all their coin? I think as a coin buyer, I think they're looking for a diversified group of people holding your coin, so that one single person isn't going to plunge the price into territory that they couldn't have imagined. So that, and I also think that a new trend which has developed, which is basically trading your dollar value of your coin for somebody else's dollar value of their coin, somebody that you believe in, think is going to make it big on this platform. I think that's a trend that's been kind of developing, because it not only does it kind of allow you to diversify your holdings and also show the other potential holders of your coin that you don't own a ton of it and you can't rug pull it. I think it also is giving some people kind of a feeling like, hey, one day maybe I could. It's basically like you're selling your coin without selling your coin. So if you're trading with somebody that you think is going to hold your coin, which they probably will because you're holding their coin, then it's like you can eventually sell their coin if you want, and it's not going to be a negative on you. And I'm not saying that that's the best way to go about it. I think just trading just so that you own somebody else's coin that you believe is the main reason why you should do it. But I think that idea is kind of appealing to people for many reasons.
Yeah, well, and if you do make a trade with somebody, most likely if you sell a big portion of their coin, they're probably going to turn around and sell a portion of your coin. So you got to look at it. It's going to affect your coin value regardless. But also, I think it's important to note that when people look at an account and they see the coin holder, say their value is like $1,500 and they own, let's say, 70% of their own coin, to me, that's going to look like your coin value is artificially higher than it should be because you put your money into it. A lot of the whales are doing this. And really, it's like you can buy your way to the top of the list, even though the rest of the market doesn't necessarily believe you should be worth quite that much. So it's interesting. It's,
This is something else I just want to point out is that I think a lot in the beginning, when BitClout launched like 2 months ago, I think a lot of the big players actually did trades with each other, or at least they said, hey, I'll buy your coin, you buy mine. And I'm not going to mention any names, but a lot of the ones that were near or at the top, actually, they all owned each other's coins. And I think that was kind of like their way of kind of buying their own coin without buying their own coin by buying each other's coins and kind of teaming up. So now we're all at the top. And we're all high.
But there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just another strategy. Like this is a whole new space that nobody really knows the tricks to yet. And people are trying different things. And it's those people that are trying these different things that are going to kind of help build the other nodes that, rank based on different aspects of a person's profile or coin values. So like I don't think we should be alienating or condemning people for doing any of this stuff, because it's just different strategies that they're taking, and where those strategies end up, we're all going to find out as a community.
Well, yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. And I think as we move forward, there's going to be kind of trends and people are going to start accepting things more. Something that might be kind of taboo right now might not be in another couple of months. So I think it's all kind of, we're all learning to like how things are happening. So I think just don't take things too seriously and just learn as you go along.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, Brian. And I think that would be a good way to close out day 61 of our BitClout journey. We will talk to you again tomorrow. See you later.